All right, guys, so today we are headed to Cincinnati, Ohio. And the reason that we are headed to Cincinnati, Ohio is because I have to shoot a video with Bootsy Collins, which is a pretty cool sentence to say out loud, especially when it's true. So, on the way, I figured, why not try to see if we can hit up some costume shops? I mean, yesterday was the official halfway to Halloween point, so what better way to celebrate that than by doing some Halloween hunting in the middle of, what month is it now? May? Yeah, we're going Halloween hunting in May. I found a couple of spots that are along the way that I think that we can hit up. I'm really hoping that this first stop is open. It says that they're open on Google, but I've tried to call them twice and they didn't answer. But if this place is open, I have a feeling that we're going to find some magic, because the building itself, there's one photo of it online, and it looks like something out of Goosebumps. It literally reminds me so much of the Haunted mask shop that Carly Beth goes into looking for masks. So fingers crossed that that's open. If it's not, there are a few more stops after that, and I'm sure that we'll end up doing something, but I'd really like for this first place to be open. So sit back, relax, and we've got a little bit of a road trip ahead of us, and I'll touch base with you guys when we arrive. Hopefully it's open. Got my sheets, got my Timmy's, got my capybara and my capycara. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Now, let's see if we can find some masks. I will say, it's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. The quaint little town of Johnstown, folks. Jamestown, actually. I don't know why I said Johnstown. The quaint little town of Jamestown, folks. Really is just a nice little peaceful Midwest town. And if you don't think that this is the place that we find some super cool scores, I think you're wrong. Look at that. Look at that sign. That's awesome. All right, let's see what they've got. It does say that they're open from the outside, so I guess we'll see. Oh, hi, puppy. Hi. Hi, are you friendly? Yeah, you're a nice doggy. Man, this place is what it's all about. Adult helmet. Be cool if we found a youth. There's just so much. I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss anything because it is pretty small.
Hey, that's what she said.
But there's just so much. Those are terrifying. Sometimes I can't believe that stuff like this still exists. It really makes me happy. So cool. This is what it's all about for me. This is heaven. Wait till you guys see the mask room on the other side. right, so I had to walk across the street to the gay vape shop to use their ATM so that I could buy some stuff, but I did find a nice little pile of things to buy, and the lady inside is super nice. So typically she says she only does rentals, but she liked me and she liked the House of Masks after I showed her my collection, and she decided that she would sell me these masks, and I'm pretty stoked about it. And I'm gonna turn the camera around right now and show you this place, because when I say it's magical looking, I mean it. So check this out. What are we talking about?
We can provide our student athletes, and this new facility is just magnificent, and we can't thank everyone enough for making it work. We're going to honor tropical punishments that expire in 7 days.
I appreciate you, and like I said, this is super important, so definitely keep doing what you're doing for as long as you can do it.
Good, and I'll see you on the next.
Absolutely. It was great meeting you.
Okay, thank you. I'm so
Well, folks, that was one of the most pleasant Halloween hunting experiences I've ever had, and it was about as random as they get. I'm really glad that I happened to leave early to go to this Bootsy interview. Doggies everywhere. Hi, Bubba. Here, let me put this box down. I'll pet you. Hi. Oh. Hey. He wants to see the masks. No, that's a good boy. Okay, well, sorry about that. I saw a very large dog approaching me at a very high rate of speed while his owner was yelling, "Stop! No! Hey!" And I definitely thought that I was about to be lunch. But thankfully, that wasn't the case. He was just a good, sweet boy, and he just wanted to see some masks. So I let him take a look at the masks, and all was well. But I am safely back in the car now, about to head out. And what was I even saying before the dog thing? This was just a very pleasant experience and a very random experience, because like I said, it is the start of May. I think today's May 2nd or 3rd right now. And we did a Halloween hunting in a place that I just so happened to find on the map as I was plotting out my trip to Cincinnati to do this video with Bootsy. So I'm very thankful that I decided to buck up and go out and do some stuff today, because it led to this experience. And this really is what it's all about. Like, this place is the Mecca. You don't see too many spots like this or have too many experiences like this. And as far as like a shopping or a collector's experience, this sort of thing is dying out quick. So shout out to Costume King in Jamestown, and shout out to the owner in there, who was the absolute sweetest person on planet Earth. She really seemed to jive well with me and my story. We were in there and talked for probably an hour, and it was just great conversation. And I did get a nice little box of masks there. So at the end of the video, I'll show you guys exactly what we got. But for right now, I am going to continue my voyage, and I do have a couple other little random spots on the map that we can go check out. So fingers crossed that they have something. But man, thankfully, this place was open. Even though I called and they didn't answer, I decided just to risk it. And I'm glad that I did, because this was a magical stop, and hands down one of my favorite little Halloween hunting interaction experiences that we've ever had in the history of the channel. So yeah, I'm on a collector's high right now. The adventure is real. The quaint town of Cincinnati, folks.
Right onto West Vine Street. Then your destination will be on the left.
I think that's it. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have high hopes for this place after the last one, because I thought that our luck was too good, but it looks like it is very ma and pa, and also it's huge. It's this entire block of building right here, so kind of cool. Let's head inside and see what we got. Well then, my gut was right. That was a failure on all fronts. Not only did I only have about 8 minutes to look around because I'm an idiot and I thought that it was just now 4 o'clock. Turns out it's just now 5 o'clock. So I got in there at like 4:52 and she was like, hey, we close in 8 minutes. And I was like, cool. So there was that, but it wasn't a big deal because they really didn't have any masks. There wasn't a mask section. It turned out that it was far more of a, I don't know what you would want to call it. It's like an old people clothing store. They had all kinds of like old fancy hats and old dancing dresses and stuff like that, which I would have filmed, but they also weren't crazy about the filming. That girl that was upstairs when I went to the costume section was like, hey, I don't care that you're filming, but we actually don't really allow it. So, and I was like, okay, I get it, and it wasn't really worth it. So there's that. Anyways, I just should have known that we weren't going to get as lucky as we got with the first stop 2 times in a row, especially on the same trip. But it is what it is. That first stop was so cool that it kind of made up for it. So yeah, I guess once I get back to the church, I'll show you guys what we got. Right now, I am at an antique spot that's doing some sort of like flea market thing. I still have about an hour to kill before I go over to the Bootsy gig. So I'm gonna go in here and look around. If there's anything worth filming, I'll film it. But if not, I will see you guys back at the church to show you exactly what we got from the first spot, okay? Okay. Hey, want some masks? Well, I've got good news for you, because for just $5, you could be entered to win masks from my collection. That's right, all $5 and higher patrons are now entered to win a monthly giveaway. That means once a month, I'm drawing a random name out of my patrons, and you guys are walking away with a free mask. Could be Slipknot, could be Myers, could be anything that's in the House of Masks. So go sign up today, support the House of Masks, and automatically be entered to win a free mask. New winner drawn on the 1st of the month, every month. All right, guys, so that antique shop was pretty bunk, and there was nothing in there worthwhile. I didn't buy anything, and it was honestly one of the most boring antique shops I've ever been to in my life. So we are clearly back here at the House of Masks in the sanctuary, and I am ready to show you guys our little haul from the initial first costume shop that we went to, because I did pick up some good stuff. And a lot of you guys watching probably know exactly what I grabbed just from seeing them up on the shelves and knowing what I like and how I collect. So we'll just start grabbing stuff out of here and showing it off. Now, first up, we've got this decently rare Buckethead oddball piece. This is a Leatherface mask. It's an official Leatherface mask from way, way back in the day. And you definitely don't see these too often. And typically when you do, they are in pretty rough shape. I'm going to be honest, that costume shop was extremely hot. They had a giant heater in there from the ceiling pointing down, and it was just blasting. So the fact that this thing is in decent shape, let alone pristine shape, like there is absolutely nothing wrong with this thing. It is very, very surprising. I have seen countless copies of these go down the drain and just turn into mask soup. And the fact that this is a rental that's been rented out who knows how many times over the last 30-something years that it's existed, and it sat in there with that heater on nothing more than a milk jug. It is pretty impressive that this thing is as pristine as it is. There are no rot spots, no stress cracks, no stretching, no anything. It is as good as it would ever get. It is like it was made yesterday. So super stoked on that one. Very, very cool. A nice addition to the Buckethead collection. Although I do think I have 2 other copies over there, but I think he had one of these with no hair. So one of these copies might end up being the converted version. We'll just have to see. Now back to the box. The next item that I got, or 2 items, I guess, I got one for myself and one for Mr. Mike Covert, and that is these West German pig masks. I don't know if there's any significance to these, but they are definitely West German, and they are definitely cool. These are vinyl, so they are in pretty good shape. And the only reason I got one is because Covert told me while I was there that he wouldn't mind having one if the price was right, and she sold them to me for a pretty good price. And we all love West German stuff, so I decided that I would get a brother mask with my oldest friend in the hobby, Mr. Mike Covert. So I'm going to be sending one of these things out to him, and he will have a cool new West German piece in his collection, and I will have one as well. So the West German pigs. And then last but definitely not least, this is a mask that I've wanted for quite some time, and I was honestly worried that she wasn't going to sell this one for some reason. I don't know why. She didn't insinuate that she wouldn't sell it or anything, but it is this Caesar vinyl, obviously vintage Alfred mask. And this is from Mad Magazine. This is the mascot, but I just love Alfred's design. I think that he is so cool, and I definitely could see this being a mask that I end up taking around with me on various trips and stuff just to throw on for different photos and whatnot, because there's just something about it. It's just such a cool mask. I know he's supposed to be like a goofy looking kid, but this thing has like very serious 80s sinister slasher vibes to it, and I've always thought that about this mask, and I've never been able to find one in the wild until yesterday when I went to that costume shop. So I guess it was just meant to be. He is also in great shape. He's got a little bit of wear and tear right there, but I'm really not worried about it because it's just dirt, and I think that the more weathered a mask, the better, as long as he is structurally intact, which he is. No rips, no tears, nothing like that. And yeah, dude, super, super stoked. So there is my little haul from yesterday. What a cool episode. What a cool experience, as random as it gets. We're in the beginning of May right now, and I just so happened to hit that shop up, and I even tried to call them, and I almost didn't go because they didn't answer, and I thought they're definitely not open. They probably aren't even there anymore. Like, places like that just don't exist. And the fact that we were able to go there and actually purchase items, because a lot of those places are strictly rental and they will not sell you these old masks. I just think that everything was the way that it was supposed to be to make that a cool episode. So I'm stoked. And I've got some good news for you guys, because I left some goodies at that shop for you guys to go buy if you want to swing through Jamestown, Ohio, and check that spot out. There are a few cool different things. There is the Caesar Native American mask, which I have a couple copies of, so I didn't need another one. I will say that there was a tear on the mouth, but it's really nothing too serious. There's also a Les Claypool oddball up in the corner. It's like a monkey chimp type mask that he's worn. And there's a few different little random scores. I mean, they had some slam dummies, but they were all painted blue, and they were all pretty rotten. I don't know if anybody wants to go over there and pick those up or not, but the option is there if you think that you guys can salvage them or whatever. The place definitely still has some little hidden gems, and I would highly recommend going over and visiting it before it's too late, because places like that are not going to exist forever. And honestly, they are already extremely rare to come by, so we got to make the most out of them why they exist. And that's why I always tell these people how important it is that they are still doing what they are doing, and I let them know that I appreciate it. So yeah, dude, I'm stoked. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for being here and for watching. I appreciate you. I hope that you have a good day, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.